Today, I want to go over how I make $13,000 a week as an Ascendance creator and show you the framework behind the new business model that is changing the world. So I've built out a document here where I'm going to go over exactly how this process works, how it's worked for us, and how it can exactly work for you. So a little bit behind myself and MultiplyClients.io, the agency that I run. So my name is Harvey Warner. As you probably know, you've clicked on this channel. We launched this offer on August 1st of 2023. Our first month, we were able to collect $12,000 in contract value, and we have just collected $13,000 in a single week. So just so you know that I'm not some sort of lying guru on the internet, there's the screenshot to prove it. Just so you know, this isn't some tactic that we've used to sort of scam an audience. You can see a few results here of this exactly being done for our clients as well. Some scaling in just 7 days, some being able to go from $0 to $20,000 every single month. So if I can just ask for one favor from you, is that you give this free training your full attention so you can go away and actually implement it for yourself instead of wasting your time finding the next best outreach message video and trying that way. Who am I and what is MultiplyClients.io and how do you become an Ascendance creator? So like I said, my name is Harvey Warner. I've been running an agency business model for well over a year now. So this isn't my first agency that I have run. I run it with my business partner, Luke Jackson. Before launching MultiplyClients.io, we'd run 2 previous agencies. One at the very start being a Facebook ad agency to e-com owners, which was around $5,000 a month, but that was revenue after paying the team, the media buyers, the 1,000 emails every single week. The numbers weren't looking so great, which we then sort of transitioned into a short form content acquisition agency, which was able to scale to $15,000 every single month. So while running both of these agencies, we sort of built up a deadly skill that we thought, okay, this makes more sense to run. So we'd been listening to people saying, do the cold outreach, do it this way, the sort of people that you probably listen to as well. And we realized that they weren't doing that. And we took a look at what they were doing and we implemented it into ourselves. Like we made one video that has got combined over 30,000 views and it's made us $20, $30, $40,000 so far already from a single video. So that acquisition process going from YouTube to Instagram, adding funnels, adding triage callers, adding emails has allowed us to build a real system which allows us to grab our dream clients, convert them into prospects, and then make sure that they actually go and sign on with us. Okay, so we can do this with our GS and sweep it up, but I'll go a little bit more into that as we sort of go through this free training and you can learn exactly the frameworks behind it. So this led us to work with 8 and 7-figure entrepreneurs while we were running our content agency, because that video attracted so many of our dream clients. We were like, okay, this is the system that probably works the best. So we were working with 8-figure entrepreneurs, 7-figure sales reps. We worked with massive clothing brands. We worked with absolutely most people that you can name and most people that you can think of. We've probably worked with them at the time with our content agency. We were being sort of, as we had these really, really high level entrepreneurs with us, it was sort of a system of, they were kind of telling us what we're doing well and what we're not doing well. They didn't understand the content game, but they understood the business world. So we sort of gave a trade of value both ways. So we were able to continuously optimize our system. So like I said, we had a 7-figure sales rep go through the entire sales process with him and change that. We had 8-figure entrepreneurs making sure we have our back-end system dialed in. We had 6-figure agency owners making sure that our acquisition processes were dialed in and telling us the exact funnel of how they came to us and things they would change to make it a lot better, right? So we could get that outside perspective from people that had already done it to help us scale. We realized our skill sets had outdone our earning potential. We were really capped at where we were and we needed to take this somewhere else. So we thought we'd build the exact same system that we were using to attract clients and really scale our agency and implement it in agency and coaches' business. Okay, so this is how the Ascendance Creator model is shifting the world and what our clients are doing currently to use this system and actually grow themselves. So right now we have a client success here of Xavier, who came on board, like I said, with us from complete zero. He signed his first client. I think we were speaking to him last night on a client interview, $1,900. I think it was in his first couple of weeks, and then to now taking major stakes, pulling in, it says here 10 to 15, but since now it's at 20K every single month. And he explains how he couldn't have done it without us. Obviously, he's done it with the sheer determination and willpower, but working with him closely, implementing the right systems, making sure he has the teams and the blueprint. And if you go and watch that client interview, it should be up on my channel by now. You can really see, okay, this person's life has kind of been changed, and the call's amazing. And yeah, you can really tell how appreciative he is of the service and how far he's actually gone with it. Okay, these things take time to start, and if 3 months time I see you try and drop ship in the newest trend or whatever new video comes up, you're going to fail. So like I said, if I can get 100% of your focus, as I have shown you the proof, I've tried to show you that sort of CV of, okay, this actually does work. And even now, if you look at the biggest creators, what are they doing? If you look at the Eman Gadji, the Jordan Welches, the Luke Belmars, they're creating content, they have an acquisition funnel behind them, their sales process, and then they close the deal and service deliver, right? They're not sending cold outreach, they're not doing these cold email acquisition processes, whatever it is, right? They're doing this exact Ascendance Creator business model. So I'm going to run it over today, and hopefully you can implement it yourself. So step one is all about optimization. You can't build a house if you haven't got that initial layer to build on top of. Everything's just going to come crumbling down. So you need to build a solid foundation for you to work on top of. So why do you just start your agency or coaching business with no base foundation? So I see so many agencies and coaches maybe having everything optimized, everything built perfectly that they can possibly do, but there's one area that kills them, that 1%, but it makes them come crumbling down, right? They could have everything perfect, but let's say there's a small problem within their sales process. It can turn an 80% conversion to like a 20% conversion, and they're not bringing in the revenue. They can't pay the back end, and then their business eventually fails, right? So this is something I picked up quickly working with my clients and sort of mentors, and have taken into my current business. I'd say the sole reason that I scale is because I have everything dialed in, and my clients have everything dialed in from day one. Okay, so it's how good the base foundation this is and how you can do it yourself. So spending the last 4 months building a product without actively trying to sell, we've had around 50 outreach to land our first couple clients to test the product and sort of stuff like that. Find any imperfection and cracks in our foundation, and obviously build from there, right? So building something without a small stress test at the start to see if the foundation can lead and can be strong. And that's what we do with our clients. If they don't come on with a sort of a proven offer, we make sure to stress test it. And even when they do come on with a proven offer, we still try and stress test it and see, okay, what are the actual cracks? What are the limitations that this has right now? And what can we solve with it? Okay, so only now are we confident, and we can mass market the product, and we can make obviously $10,000-$13,000 in a single week, and obviously scale that up a lot further than we actually already have, because we have that base level foundation already built. So we can just up the content, up the amount of ads that we dial in, up the acquisition process, right? We can up everything and just drive more people inside of what we do. So don't be that person that overlooks their mindset, overlooks the sales process, overlooks something within their business. Because if you skip the foundation and try and be that get rich quick guy, you're not going to make a single penny, and more than likely you're just going to lose money, right? So now they may sell a little bit, obviously getting that sort of get rich quick scheme, but it doesn't help anyone at mass due to their market, right? So don't be that guy. Actually help people, and God will repay you in turn. Okay. Now, step two, we need to have traffic as an Ascendance creator to drive that top of funnel. So we've optimized, we've built that base level. Now we're going to start building the initial part on top. So this is where we have become an Ascendance creator technically, is driving traffic to our offer and what we actually do behind it. So traffic is everything. If there's no traffic and there's no one to sell to, how can we sell anything? So now I have something really powerful I want to explain so people can understand the difference between cold outreach and then building a brand. So new offer, brand new, completely new offer, 50 DMs, 0 cold. First month, 12K in a month. Second month, 12K in a week. Cost of acquisition, editor, and times. So penny, right? So we weren't paying that much to actually do this, the content, the stuff behind it, the acquisition, the softwares, the teams, whatever it is, but it's not as much as having a VA army, right? Offer brand new, 100 DMs in a day, 700 to book a call on a light end at this current point in time, close 1 out of 10, again on the light end at this current point in time, 10 weeks to close 1 client, and thousands of dollars spent trying to close that one client. Now, does that sound worth it to you? For me, it didn't sound worth it. And when you sit and break down the maths behind what you're being told, more than likely you think, wait, this doesn't make any sense for me to go and pursue. And then you maybe take a step back. And that's why we've come out the Ascendance Creator Model. And that's what we run and help our clients from, because we understand that's what actually works in the market. And from everyone we've spoke to, and we've spoke to so many people doing, like I said, 8, 7, 6 figures, they've all said to us, this is the best model, this is where everything's going, and this is how you do it. Okay, so hopefully you understand much better. My method of SMA works better than the guru you listen to, because I still run an agency and I still know how the market's working in 2024, and I will in 2025, 2026, 2027, right? So this is from experience. I was that guy. I sent 1K cold emails every single week. Me and my business partner would wake up at 5:30 every single day. I should put the picture here, you've probably seen it before though. We'd wake up 5:30 every single day, write our first lines, write our emails, send them off, and struggle to land clients. Really struggle to land clients, just because we were following in the advice of the guru step by step. They laid out a blueprint, we followed it, and it didn't work. So now you have to pave your own way and do something that actually makes sense. So this is how much traffic and leverage I've built. So you're more than likely to buy from me because I post, because I have a following behind me, because people trust me. So even leverage aspects makes it extremely powerful to you to land. Even if you didn't have the followers, but you had the leverage, you could put up your client results as a sales asset, right? If you just message someone completely cold, you have no brand or anything behind you, they can't see the sales assets unless they go and ask for them. They can't see the client results, client interviews, unless that's up on some type of content platform, right? Like YouTube or Instagram. So like you can see here, very small following. And even we were laughing about it the other day, is we've been pretty much following this business model since the very start. We just didn't know we were. And we had 300 followers on this account, and we were even able to make $15,000 in a month with that amount of following, just because we had that brand, just because we knew the process behind what we would do. So having videos alone makes me over $20,000 and allows me to work with massive names coming to me. And it allows me to connect with really big people. A lot of people always talk about, how do I network? How do I network? And I've never understood with that question. Like I said, we've met with really big entrepreneurs, right? People that have sold their companies for millions. So just giving them a service and making them come to you because you're the authority in your niche and they need advice off of you makes so much more sense than if you just cold outreach, they never see it, and you're never going to be able to connect and network with high entrepreneur level people because you just don't know them. When we want to amplify this, once we start making that content, once we start having the sales assets on our profile and having dream clients come to us that we want to actually work with and that would be good to work with, we can amplify the whole system with ads to reach that wider audience and make sure that we're being pushed to the right people, right? Once you start in business, you need to do ads to get you off of the ground. Once you start making 2, 3, 4, 5K a month, you need ads to start pumping in, growing your page, growing what you do. And over time, it lowers the cost per click, lowers the cost per acquisition, lowers the cost per follow, to a point where it doesn't make sense for you to do ads. A lot of people right now, if they did ads, it'd be a lower ROI than if they just did the best content in the world, right? It'd probably hold them back if they did the actual ad. So alongside this, with our traffic coming in, so organic and ads traffic, which is a bit more consistent, bit more predictable, I sort of like to see the money I'd spend on VAs and acquisition, I spend on ads to have that predictable clients coming to me. That's how I sort of frame it and why it makes more sense, right? So then we have our growth specialist inside of our business to then go and convert them with the traffic. And with that simple system, you can then go along and close your deals, right? So once we have that traffic coming in consistently, predictably, and we can start piling up, when you hit like, let's say 3, 4, 5, 6,000 followers, it's going to be a lot easier. You're going to do maybe 5, 6 follows a day compared to if you're at 1 follower. It's going to be quite hard to start off, right? So just building that foundation, it's hard to build that momentum, but if you stick to it, you can then start to build it over time. Once they come to us, the traffic's come to us, they're now going to be a follower / sort of lead that is kind of interested in what we do. We now need to go and hopefully convert them. So it's very rare for a completely cold prospect to just book in a call right away once they see your ad, see your follow. they're not going to book in a call straight away unless you have some outstanding guarantee, which most people don't nowadays. So that's not going to really work. It needs to be a sequence built up to warm them up over time, make sure that they turn from a cold sort of prospect coming to us, warm up over time, and then we can then get them booked in on a call. So the process behind this is there's 3 different things we can use. We can either use them individually or we can use them all 3 paired together. So we have retargeting ads to always make sure that we're being in front of the prospects that have followed us. We have content nurture systems. So again, just sort of videos going over value, making sure that they're warmed up to us and see us as an authority and want to listen. And then conversational workflows to build the conversation, make sure they know what we're talking about, and then just build that rapport. Where do you want to be? How do you want to get there? And sort of having that sales process in the DMs, because you can, because they're already warmed up to you, because they've come and followed you, they've come and approached you. Okay, the framework behind this is to get prospects from a cold position and start building rapport and their positive annotations linked with us, right? So if they see us, they link it with positive because they've taken our value, they've gone and used it, and it works. Okay, even if they've seen client results, they know that we're the people that works. And if we're constantly in front of them, it's only a matter of time before they think, okay, let me buy from this person. 99% of people have the exact same sort of results and systems, like I'll book you 10 calls, I'll do this, I'll do that. It's what makes you unique and what makes you different and what makes people buy into you is yourself, you as a person, the leverage that you have behind it. Because I could hire an army and get 100 people right now that can guarantee 90 to 120 calls booked every single month. That's a DM that I get probably 20 times a day and I just ignore, right? I could get 100 people to do that offer, but the only way I'm going to buy into someone if I see their content, or if I'm looking for that, right? If I go, how do I book this many calls? I see a video, I see an ad, I go onto it, and then from there, a conversational workflow, retargeting ads, value is given. I can then warm up to the actual person. Okay, we want to then all drive this to a call to action, to a VSL. Now, this VSL is going to be our biggest sales asset, driving people all the way to it, because it's going to directly message and show what we do. So our offer messaging is dialed in, so people know what we do, people know how we do it, and they're kind of interested in that system. If they've said yes or opted into this VSL, they've got a constraint that we're going to be able to solve, because the VSL will headline a constraint. So it could be like a VSL on how to book 20 appointments every single month, a VSL on how to book 90 to 120 appointments every single month. So people come to watch your VSL because they're looking for that service, and they've come to watch you on the back end because that makes it less commoditized. Every offer is commoditized. There's nothing we can do about that. We can't get rid of AI. We can't get rid of freelancers undercutting us. But what we can do is we compare ourselves, make people come to us as people because they kind of want the service, but they buy into us as people and who we are, the personality, the authority, and then the service on the back end system. So as you can see here, people don't say no to this, and the framework that we've built out for our clients works so well that they don't say no. So we've got, again, Luca getting 7 people every single day asking for the VSL, saying, hey bro, please send over the VSL. Unlike, let's say, if that was cold DMs, you'd probably get blocked probably 7 times a day. Same with Braden, 100 DMs getting 5 people saying, yes, give that to me, I need that VSL, and then wanting to buy into him systems, and then they book calls off the back of this, right? If you watch maybe one of my other videos where it's like how to book calls every single day, you'll see these guys booking calls because that's the framework that works. Okay, so this whole stage is about giving prospects more value to warm them up so we can use them in the next stage and then ultimately close them, right? So then we go on to the actual warm lead system. If I put that there, to convert them into booked calls, we need our growth specialist to conversate with the lead, attacking their pain point and using sales assets to show how this call can help alleviate these points that have already been brought up, maybe in the content, maybe because they've just followed us or whatever. They've come to us for, let's say, this 90 to 120 appointments. They've come to us for that, which means they're clearly having a problem booking appointments. How can we dive into that pain point? How can we really show that and then get them to make their own decision to say, you know what, I will take the VSL. Okay, we need to make sure that they feel everything is in their control. They'll say, you know what, I will have the VSL, giving them that option to say yes or no, and more than likely they'll say yes because they think, okay, free training, then they can go from there. Okay, so with the more data we collect from our clients, the better the system works. And as right now, we're completely dialing it in and we're booking so many calls for clients. You can see here I've had to sort of add in a few, fill in calendars. These are just a few results from booking and calls. If you want to see everything, you can obviously go on my Instagram. There is a link down below, and you can check all my client results, and you can see people booking in calls, people getting really close cost per clicks to book calls, or people closing clients. There's so many results on there that you guys can go see. This is just a proportion of them because I don't want to just bore you with the results all day. So you can see here, filled calendars, people booking calls. Cool, right? So then what we do is once we have this warm lead, the follower, we need to get into this sales process because we're going to be booking the calls. We need to make sure that we can now close them. So like I was talking about earlier, a person that we worked with is Hi Sam. He's a 7-figure sales rep. We actually had him on last night in our coaching call for Multiple Client Studio. So everyone got sort of taste of that. They could ask him questions, and a lot of people got some great feedback and sort of understood their next steps in the sales process, sort of rejigged and retweaked a few things. So he's done 100K a month in remote sales. He sold millions and millions of dollars worth. This is the person taking the sales process and framing it. So I don't think we could probably ask for someone better to learn off of. So we know what needs to be built for our clients on how they can actually sell their service. So from the second they book in a call, the client has a sales process built out from a booking lead form to the right things to follow up with every single day. Making sure what we were going over last night was the inputs in the sales process needed. So to make sure they turn up to the call, to make sure you're framing the call, building that rapport, having that sales conversation without sounding like a seller, making sure that it's always in the client's hand and making sure that they feel like, okay, I'm making the right decisions in coming on board, and sort of the mindset, the processes and sort of inputs to go and do that is all dialed in to make sure that once we book the call, the sales process can close it and we make sure a warm lead goes to an actual client closed, okay? And that brings us on to obviously step 5 is when we have the client, okay? So what's the point in getting, helping clients get results if they can't even get their clients results? There's no point in that. There's no point booking calls for our clients, helping them close calls if they're not going to help their clients do even better. So we make sure to help them build systems in place to guarantee the best results, the framework behind that, and what to actually do. So every service delivery is different, but the framework in that is what you need. So we have clients right now that have taken their clients from 66K to 115K. We've had content deals for over 14K. We've had agencies run at 15K, fitness coaching deals crushing, e-com coaches scaling rapidly. Our clients are getting client results, right? And that's what we need to look at is like, okay, we've got the perfect framework to get our clients results. Perfect. How can we help our clients get their clients results? And that's what's dialed in. And again, that's what you won't see from us because we can't post client results. But if you go look at our clients, you'll see them getting absolutely amazing results from their clients and only good things to say about it. Okay. So this data only helps us work with other people. So an email marketing agency come on board with us, we can then help them dial in the right systems that are working for other people and collect the data, refine, and make sure everyone with their clients is doing the best. And even this applies for the beginning. The more people that we bring on board, the more data that we collect, the better we can dial in our systems for our clients to go and do better. So now what does this help the client do when they service deliver the best? So increases that conversion, increases the amount of clients they have, increases the leverage assets, so the results, testimonials, and client interviews, and then increases the MRR, which allows us to decrease the acquisition cost, bring more people to us, and loop that back, collect that cash, and pump it back into the traffic system. So it's cheaper to get clients, and that's the whole way of you scale. You bring back the cost, you increase the amount of clients you have, and that's the framework of sort of the Ascendance Creator. So then we have step 6, and this is sort of the final step, is we need to start scaling. So we start collecting the data and altering campaigns, and you may have already seen data sheets that we have that we use, which we give to every single client on, okay, this has an X amount of conversion rate. That team that we place for them is trained on, okay, how do you do X, how do you do Y, how do you do Z? And then it tracks, you can see the exact percentages down to the T of the ads, of the Loom requests, of the VSL conversions, of the outreach messaging, of the videos, of everything is converted down to a T, all automated, so we can collect the data, consume and apply more knowledge. So again, they're always hopping on like these weekly coaching calls. Like I said, with Hi Sam was there once, and we're obviously going to have more people come on board with that, consuming knowledge from just us as people speaking to us, and obviously going through a few videos and learning more, and then obviously building teams to start scaling. So we help them build a team, and we actually implement a team into our clients' businesses for the acquisition process, but then we can help them build sales teams. We can help them build the back-end systems for each one of their clients that they're may need to build a team for, we help them do that. Okay, so once we have the initial funnel locked in and we're doing 10 to 15K a month, it's time to just amplify with bigger teams, collect the data, bigger campaigns, bigger budget, ad budgets, whatever it is. We're just going to increase that. And that's so easy because we do this five-step process to get to this point here. And then from there, step 6 allows us to go so much further. And that's a point that we want to get our clients to. And if they're already at that point, perfect. That's when we just take them to the next level and scale them even further. Okay, and that's why our clients win so frequently with us and why our clients win frequently with them. Okay, so that is a Multiply Clients.io sort of funnel system and the Ascendance Creator model sort of that allows us to make 13K a week and allows our clients to make $20,000 in a week, allows our clients to collect 5K in their first 2 days, right? It allows our clients to get amazing results. And yeah, so I appreciate you obviously watching the whole type of video. There's no outlier here. There's no one in different situations, no one crazy. Every single person is getting the results because the Ascendance Creator model is the model that is working right now within 2024. And who knows, it may change, but as of right now, this is what everyone is using, and this is what we're using to scale 13K a week, and our clients are using to also scale their agency. But apart from that, I'll speak to you guys soon, and peace.